You gotta stay behind the curtain.
Roger. I'm gonna go wait in the audience in the.
The type to open their Christmas presents 3 years in advance.
The curtain's opening. Oh my!
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That is sexy. Man, that's a nice trophy.
Woohoo!
You guys went to a lot of effort to build that. That's very nice.
I went through a lot of effort to build that. I built that about an hour before this.
So that's the guy you gotta appreciate. He made a lovely trophy.
He likes to use models.
No,
Modeling
not
software.
models.
Oh no, I'm the type to use model software. He didn't.
How did
I mean, who doesn't like to use models, right?
Yeah.
Jet magic.
Oh my god, it's a small
You get to be confused how the hell he made that. Yeah, there you go. There's your surprise.
Nice one on the subs, Jeffrey. Welcome
Thank
to the
you,
Cruise
Jeff.
And welcome, Commander Shepard. Hopefully this is your favourite stream on the entire Citadel. And welcome to
Hey,
Panda
wait a
Cat,
minute. That's supposed to be my stream.
Ben, and Joseph Yu.
Enderoth, what the fuck?
Hey guys, I just wanted to pop by. I can't stay long, unfortunately, because it's pretty late for me now. Because they went up.
No kidding.
I just wanted to say a massive thanks to everyone in here, in voice, and to Big Old Bear for hosting this. And I hope you have a really great night. And I'll definitely try and catch what went down, the interviews and stuff. So I just wanted to say big thanks to everyone here, and yeah, it's all been awesome.
Thank you, Zoc. That was awesome
tournament.
Thanks for the opportunity, Zoc.
Great job.
That
was fantastic.
Co-host though, who's relatively new,
No,
desperately trying to make affiliate in the next 3 months.
Thank you, Zoc.
Not going to mention you at all. Yes, my lovely co-host, Princess of Donuts.
How dare you?
I'm hyped for the next one, and definitely hyped to have Big Old Bear getting more involved and stuff. And I know we've got loads of events, other stuff coming up, and other mini tournaments and mini events. So exciting times, and everything else.
Next weekend, next Saturday, I'm planning to do a stream discussing what I want to do for a tournament version of Big Old Battles.
Sounds good. Awesome, man. Really curious to see what you come up with.
We can
so many
hash it out
options
on stream. So that's the idea.
Fantastic. Anyway, guys, as I said, I really just wanted to stop by, have just real quick, because I wanted to say that, but I've got to crash out. I'm really going to crash. But so thank you so much. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Sleep well. Thank you.
Good job.
Sleep, Zoc. You did good tonight.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Winfield babies.
Yes, we are about to slap all of you because we know why you kept crashing.
Yeah, we do. We do. Right, so yeah, first things first. Been doing some testing. The whole PMW bug
Graphics haven't
thing.
changed.
Right, the whole PMW doodad. Oh yeah, the stream's starting soon. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Yeah. So basically, it's all it is it's triggering the keen thing when you've got loads of grids next to each other. Basically.
Triggering the super gridding corrections. That is what is happening.
Ain't that something?
We're not
like
sure
there's
what the
an easy cure
solution
for
is. Well,
I can tell you. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go for it.
Shush.
I gotta do it.
You just ban BMWs.
Well, that's a
Easy
cure
peasy.
for it. Yeah.
That's a real easy cure, buddy. Real easy cure.
I'm pretty
There are
sure
two options
the next
here. You can either
tournament is they're gonna
enable
ban it.
super gridding, which would in turn create chaos, or just stop spamming PMWs.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's the point of PMWs if you can't spam them?
Real.
It is the spamming that's the problem, though.
To have a better role.
So we actually
Moderation.
talked to people and tried to get that to be a thing where people just trickle fire, and nobody agreed to it. So
Yeah.
yeah, good luck on that. Just ban them.
Yeah.
Just ban them.
I'm pretty sure
the idea
by
that this
second
is still a
season,
conversation
that's what's happening.
irritates me. Please ban them because
feel
I want to
your
play
pain.
next season.
Yeah.
I don't want to play PMW Core. It was so painful to have to use them to remain competitive. Just ban them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening.
It was called Star Core, and BMW aren't weapons core.
Yep.
Yeah.
We shall see what the future holds in that regard. I have my own plans. But banned? No. Expensive? Yes.
Yeah.
Regulation
They're not
can assist.
They're not 3K. It's gonna be a bad time.
In the absence of a grot, who's first up on the list of interviews today?
Well. I suggest we go through things vaguely in order. And it's my understanding that the potato core is literally happening now as well. I don't know if that's correct, but that was my understanding of the
Potato
situation.
core is a separate little event there.
Yeah, so Potato Core, from what I understand, they're having like the first couple fights, but my fight with the Fuzz is going to be tomorrow. So they won't even get through the first bracket yet.
So I don't have to rush like a mad bull. Good.
Yeah.
So yeah, need another instance of Discord open. So yeah, the matches tonight. We were talking amongst ourselves and we were like, despite it being like when it got round to the final, it's just like the final wasn't as exciting as the earlier matches.
Thanks.
It just wasn't.
No offense, but it was boring.
Wow.
No, seriously, it was just boring. It was just.
I mean,
boring.
seeing
bricks fighting bricks, people.
Seeing Winfield, that was good. With the you know where it was really playing rope-a-dope up against it. That was good.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was good. So yeah,
That just kind of went downhill.
yeah.
Yeah, it was unfortunate with that free win on that second round. I reckon things could have been a little more interesting and fun if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That crash didn't happen, but you can't excuse that. Like you can't really think that's not worthy of a rematch or anything like this. It's part of the game. It's meant to happen.
Yeah.
If only they would have, banned PMWs. I'm just saying.
I agree with Thunder Rock on
Regardless,
that one.
they weren't. You can't go what if or what could. If that's the case, then let's do a rematch right now for what if, what could. PMWs were allowed, so they were used. You can't
within the rules. Yep. Nobody broke the rules.
Yeah, everything happened. Yeah, everything happened within the rules. What happened there was just a simple. It's simple. It's like that's part of the game. You can't control it.
Well,
Con winning.
Well,
because they were just better.
You can control the jank. That's a thing. That's
We don't have
absolutely
a lot of
controllable.
things
We don't
because-
have to have jank. We can get rid of that. They just didn't. And
There was a lot of people fighting to have them removed.
Yeah,
they made
there
that
were 3
bed,
people.
then we had to lay in it to the detriment of the entire GT.
Yeah, no one's blaming you for having followed it.
No one, yeah.
60 people did
You're not being blamed. Don't worry.
Nobody's being blamed here. I just
No,
have,
I thought-
a slight critique that was just kind of unfortunate about what happened. The reason why I felt that the final was kind of boring was simply because there were no underdogs. There was the 2 teams you expected to be the last one standing, and the guys everyone expected to win won.
And let's
I'd
not
like to say
forget.
thank you for that. I didn't think that. I've heard a lot of critique about Fifth losing every match, and this is the first time I've heard where people have expected Fifth to come up to the finals. So thank
I
you.
think Fifth had a rough go of it, didn't they? They had to start with an extra fight at the beginning of the tourney, and
Yeah. That was weird.
just rinse everybody all the way up to the final. It was pretty good. I mean, I think that's like
when
admirable.
we looked at the bracket, we were not worried. Like we just handed free win after free win. Like every single team that we fought almost coming up to the quarterfinal was new or inexperienced, like one of the two. And yeah, we just had leagues and leagues of game hours over every single person we fought, minus Pilfit, but he went in as a single man crew. That was basically me.
Yeah.
He's still salty.
Well, I mean, unless you're Spartan or you have plot armor. Single man crew, probably not a great idea.
I really wanted to verse Rio. That was fun.
Oh, Rio.
So
I'm so sad.
I mean, it's really too bad that you guys think that the final was a little bit boring there, because it's like, for me on the inside that was like pretty intense for most of it.
Fair enough. It may just have been then that Zog didn't catch the ideal,
Mate,
the ideal bits of action.
We were after Enderoth's booty for like first round for like almost half the game.
But fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there was absolutely fantastic to watch fights tonight. As I said, the first match of the final was, an edge of seat job, but it kind of felt like the other one was a bit of a given.
Yeah, the second round was a given. The third round, I think, we got too hasty. We were too eager to jump in and just launch everything at Winfield, take him out as soon as possible, and that was our mistake. We lost sight of things. We got impatient. We just wanted Winfield out of the picture so we could fight Enderoth, who kept running away. Ha!
You're welcome. Yep.
The downside to every good plan is tunnel vision, and when you tunnel vision a tank in competitive PvP on WoW, this is how entire teams get wiped.
Yeah, that was the problem.
For the second and third round, that was absolutely our plan, was just throw the Cortez straight through your ranks and hope that you guys turn and shoot at it. Like,
I mean, the simple,
you did a good job
fact is that the Cortez is just an absolute bruiser. It is probably the toughest ship of the tournament.
Admittedly, yeah.
Spartan splashed it. Spartan can say that. He's the only
Spartan
one
was definitely up there.
Smashed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was another thing too. Like coming into the finals here, like genuinely, I'm pretty sure like most of us, or certainly me anyway, thought like, hey, we've beaten Spartan now. Like surely it'll be a little bit easier from here. And oh no.
No, these yeah.
I'm
PLS
telling you, I was sweating more about fighting Spartan than I was about fighting you guys.
I think we all sort of felt that way.
There's something intimidating about Spartan ship, though, isn't there? Let's be honest.
Well, the intimidating thing about Spartan ship is that it's loadout.
You have like an answer, but like fighting, like trying to send anything at that giant wall of guns is just intimidating.
Yeah, it's so testing against Spartan's loadout. Most of our ships died within a minute. So we had to find a real unconventional tactic to go about it, especially because our loadout was very much not anti-potato. With everyone else, once we downed him, we thought, right, we're set for the rest of the match. We planned for everyone else. We put 2 weeks of practice into hack and then nothing for the follow-up fights. And I think we even said it in chat. We were like, maybe we got too used to fighting potato, because for a second there we forgot how to fight against a 4-man team. And you saw that first round against PLS, it cost us.
Yeah, we got shredded that first round against PLS. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hence why
it was a wake up.
Yeah, it was a wake up.
Honestly,
frankly, I had a.
Oh, go on, Princess.
All right. Personally, I felt if you really hadn't had that much of a wake up in the first match, you probably could have easily lost the PLS.
Oh yeah.
Because I could tell in the second round, you guys immediately switched tactics.
That was so
changed
close.
up your game plan. It came down to essentially like asteroid dodging and just hiding and traps and mind games, which from an outside perspective, honestly was very entertaining to watch, but I gotta think from the people, the boots on the ground as it were, holy crap, you guys must have been sweating.
Oh, you have no idea. Yeah. I'm exhausted. Maybe the fight against Fifth looked like easy or whatever to you guys, but man, we were sweating hard. That was tough.
It did look. It looked easy. I don't think it was. There's an important distinction there.
Yeah. Like we had a really nice game plan when we first went in against PLS, we had this like brilliant game plan. It's like, oh, 2 of us are going to go over here and 2 over there, and they're probably going to do this or whatever, and we'll, like, we'll work it out for that. And then, like, immediately that fell apart, and we were like, well, bin all that off. We got to like just pull some new plan out of thin air here right now.
I liked our original plan. It was so clean and nice. And
it was, and they
failed terribly.
Charged in like a bunch of animals.
I know. What's up with that?
Yeah,
no, you guys line up there. We line up here.
Yeah, like fortifying on your home asteroid was definitely the smartest choice with like your brawler ships. When you guys went out to the first asteroid, you didn't quite have enough time to set up and get in position. And when I saw Tycel and Lego there, I was like, right, go around the asteroid, you there, and then I'm going to jump around on top of them, and we're just going to beat the shit out of them until they die. And it worked. It was like, just had to corner Enderoth in one section of the sphere where we could just get all of our guns firing on him. And once the big thruster went down, like, it was sort of game over. But he snuck back in. That was really, really, really good piloting on his part.
We got more than one thruster, buddy.
Yeah,
barely.
When I saw you go out the zone, I didn't think you were going to survive going out the zone for as long as you were.
Yeah, it was close.
But then I saw like some Grims like skate past me. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's one problem we had with the Platinum Spiders is we changed targets way too early, especially in the first matchup.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, that guy's dead, more or less dead. We'll switch targets, but like then that guy came back and caused us lots of trouble, and we did that like twice. So we were on our third target, but everybody was still fine.
Anyone from PLS?
I can
What did you focus? Was that Rosie?
No, I don't. I think the first round we were dead set on killing Archibald and Archibald in his Mac ship, right? Because that's typically how we go. Kill the Mac first. I think we got the Mac, but we didn't get any of his other weapons, and we switched. Like, we should have just like stayed on him till he was dead in that first round. Then switched, you know?
Yeah.
And
how much of a problem was how much of a problem was Rosie, the is it Carnivore ship? Because I always looked at PLS and that was the ship I always rated. I always thought that was the crux of their team.
I think we killed it second round, didn't we? Because we know it's the squishiest of them.
I think we did.
Yeah, I think we killed it the first time, the second round, and then because we know how Carnivore flies it anyway, and it's just a bunch of energy DPS, and if you squish it early, it's gone.
Sitting in front of 300 is not fun.
Yeah, but I think for the third round, we were tired of getting leg bombed, and so we all focused down the Apophis for the third round.
That's right.
It worked out okay.
I think the second round is when Rosie and Tycel got disconnected.
Yep, and both
Well,
second round
we a lot easier.
Yeah, second round we lost Tycel. He just flew straight out of the zone because he was chasing down Tumor after we launched PMWs on him when his shield went down. And I don't know if Tumor went out also there because I switched target after that.
Unfortunately, the DC
third round
real tonight. Yeah.
Winfield,
I know the
I have a
carry.
question. I have a question for Winfield. Are you there?
Fire away.
Right. So I have to ask. In that first round, where you're constantly trying to hit me, and you shot me with, I've lost count how many Mac shots. Jesus Christ. Were you trying to find my cockpit or trying to split me in half?
Which ship was yours again?
I was the Beelzebub. I was the
Beelzebub.
I was
I was hoping to cut you in half, but honestly, most of my cameras were busted at that point. I was kind of firing by the hip.
Well,
How
you're
many
close,
people-
you're close. Most of my heavy armor's in the center, but my cockpit was on the right-hand side. One of your M1s, I think it was, actually hit me and took me out.
All my M8s, all my
M8s, yes.
all my 300 mils, my 203s, they were all set to utility by that point.
Yeah.
So
You should have brought more PD.
How many people did you have welding that Mac? Because it took an ungodly amount.
Yeah, I was.
What was
I
it like on
there.
your ship during that whole event where you were alone?
Stressful.
I'd like spin my back to people and be like, okay, welders to the back thruster, and then they'd all run to the back and start welding the back thruster, and then like, okay, I'm gonna take the damage on the top, so they run to the top and like weld the 300 mil, and then
yeah, everything's accessible from the inside too.
I was trying to solve
you did have a wonderful,
and it just wouldn't die.
Yeah. You did have a wonderful team of welder monkeys. I will give you that.
The internal corridors. I'll put my ship on the workshop and all that and get it in Zock's channel there, but you should take a look at the internal corridors and everything, because I have it all set up that everything is accessible from the inside, and I've got a spawn point. So my guys spawn inside, and they're able to easily access everything without being like blown off the side of the ship from the outside, right? They're welding the bottom of that 300 and the bottom of the 203s, and I've got the thruster on the back and the Mac on the front, so they can touch everything.
It's designed to be the last man standing.
Exactly.
That
was like in the second round, we had a theory on trying to knock you out first, but it just no matter which way we looked at it, without M1s, we just had no answer to the amount of armor on that ship. Like even PMWs wouldn't stop it.
Yeah.
Actually, they would have, if not for all of our tier 2 lasers on most of the Tycel.
Yeah, I noticed. I watched Tycel go in to intercept them.
Yeah, because he's got them on repel and target weapon, so as soon as those PMWs arm and detach, the lasers are like just light show, and like they can stop pretty much an infinite number of warhead PMWs coming in.
Yeah, they wouldn't overheat too much.
Yeah, they did alright.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a little bit dicey for me as the pilot though, because like half the time there'd be like the lasers would be doing their thing and they'd be firing and all this, but I couldn't tell what was going on. My screen was just like a spider web of lasers. I'm like, I hope this is working.
Great show. Your strategy worked. Like the pressure that you guys get with the dual max almost entirely erased our ability to shunt shields. And it's like it made it very difficult. Like we immediately at the start of the match we just said, okay, we're gonna only shunt forward and back here. And that was like that held us off for a long time, but man, the second those lasers come into play, it just hurt.
Well, that's the plan, buddy.
Even in the third round, like I had 2 timers running on my phone for the Mac shots when I knew that you were all focused firing on my ship, and I was sitting there just like modulating like a madman to try and just keep the shields up as long as possible.
I saw you look at me and just stayed. Look at me. I'm like, he's waiting for me to shoot. So I just didn't shoot at you. I shot at R8 instead.
Yeah, no, it was well played. Like having 2 Macs on the field, like with just the ability to instantly delete shields if you move off modulation and running those lasers, like it's a textbook strategy, but you guys just employed it so well. Like you guys mastered like pilot skill and engineering skill. Like you guys just did such a great job with both of those.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it
you guys
really
are no
does show
slouches either.
The experience of teams really does show, and like right from the start, we were like, well, we know Con's going to make it like through to near the end. At the very least, we know Platinum Spider's going to make it through to near the very end. I certainly have my suspicions about Fifth. Making it far. I rated you guys from the start.
It was either going to be Fifth or Platinum Spider. Those were my bets. Besides Con, it's going to be one of those two.
I'm just so very happy. Yeah, I'm just very happy that the brackets turned out the way they did. Like at the end of the day, we did fight Hack, we did fight Fifth Humanity, we did fight PLS. So like, there's no at the end of the tournament anybody going, well, what about Hack? They didn't go up against Hack, right?
They had an easy run.
They had an easy run. No, we had a really, really good hard run, and there's just like, there's not a lot of other teams that are kind of saying, yeah, but we might have been able to take them.
Yeah, there was very little of that, to be fair.
I mean...
And if they are, we're more than happy to work out scheduling a time to see how that would go.
Maybe the Walruses or those flower pot guys. We should call them up.
The flower pots for sure.
If you fought me, I'd just spawn my Death Star and crash your games.
There you go.
And therefore, I win by default.
I wouldn't mind seeing Con go up against the against TLB.
That's a good
There's
point.
only one team I feel that could have stood against Con, and that's only if they managed to get their ship working. They didn't have the piloting experience, and that's UFI. If those 64 PMWs on that fucking rack ship were working, man, that would have done some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even with void defense, there is such a thing as volume of fire overwhelming those lasers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
PMW core. I'm happy for PMW core being over.
Yeah.
Yep. Christ.
He said a little bit too early.
Yeah, you're kind of celebrating a little early.
Counting my chickens before they hatch.
Considering Pilfit
Oh,
is
boy.
pushing for Krieg to integrate the PMW warheads.
I mean,
Is he? I hope not, because I released them because the goddamn thing ended.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I know, but
So let's talk about PMWs. I take it you folks have seen the Keen official marketing thing. Yeah.
The image, yeah.
I get paid for that just to piss me off, so yeah, I've
My first initial thought was, oh, that looks cool. I wonder what kind of. Then I kind of stopped and realized what that was on the picture, and my suspicions are that they're bringing some kind of integrated PMW support.
So
Well, I hope they fix the
not.
collision detection
Small.
first.
Blocks.
Because
It's just
they
blocks.
have a lot of those things are so jank, and Keen's Keen touching them will only make it worse. Oh,
So
What they are bringing is they are bringing small grid to small grid merge blocks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the deal with small grid PMWs. They're the scourge of many a PvP server. In particular because most PvP servers use a speed mod where small grids are ludicrously fast, and they'll breach through your shields every time. And they do a lot more damage than even large grid PMWs. So I don't think anybody at Keen actually plays the freaking game.
I think they're watching the Starcore chat avidly and are trolling us.
they would have to be watching.
Well,
Yeah, they may be
Different without.
No Katana watches, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can see.
There's
I
at
can
least
see
one
Marek-
person
I
that
can see
plays the
Marek in his-
game.
I'm sure there are plenty. I guarantee all of the coders do, at least while working. But yeah, and I can just imagine Marek in his office, mumble, 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 and troll them, mumble, mumble.
Bear, if you're reading the Starcore General chat, should we talk about that, or should we just leave that monster alone?
Well, I just wanted to bring it up because people were talking about player-made weapons, and this is, probably the last main Starcore tournament that's going to feature them, I would imagine.
Who knows?
Who knows for
Oh,
certain?
I'd
but
really like to play in the next one.
I suspect that
I
that's
like
going
to
to
know
be the
things
case.
more predictable.
I'd be interested to see. I'll tell you guys now what I plan to do is I plan to make a warheads a requirement, and I plan on a PMW, and I plan to cost them appropriate to their destruction. And I'm interested to see whether that will be enough, especially if we're going to be using a weapon core warhead.
If they have warheads, I will, for the first time since joining Starcore, put point defense on my ship.
The warhead has less damage than you'd suspect.
Dude, you should use a lot more.
The weapon core warhead does not have the deletion radius, so it will only do the damage it's supposed to. Keep that in mind.
You should put a lot more point defense on your guys' ships. I don't know if you know this or not, but point defense is more OP than railguns.
Nip's not here to hear that. No, you don't have to trigger him.
Why don't your railguns go through max?
Right.
It was good fun.
It was
Can't wait
great
for
fun.
the next one.
Yep.
I really am so interested in Krieg's new weapons he's bringing out. I hope they come through.
Didn't I
Do you hear me, Krieg?
I thought I already released them. Do you mean the rest of them?
Yes, the rest of them, Krieg.
Eventually, I'm still working on them. You can currently test out Missile Storm 1, which has most of the new AMS. Yeah, Missile Storm 1.
No,
is that anti-missile missiles?
Not yet. That's Missile Storm 2, though there is a flare which is technically an anti-missile missile. which is slightly buggy.
Let's remember everybody to bug Krieg about this at every opportunity that we have, and also to ask him very politely and consistently every day to release his heavy series stuff into weapon core versions.
Oh yeah, yeah, those eventually.
We love Krieg.
Those would be the quickest probably to convert over because there's only like 12 to 15 guns as opposed to like 40 or something.
So who else have we got?
Well, that's the actual
number. We got here in chat that's actually partaken today. Anybody?
Have we got filthy casuals here?
Yeah.
There they are. Yes. All right. I'd just like to say, for the record, while we're in the stream and all that, filthy casuals, you guys did really well, and I really hope to see it in the next tournaments because I think you guys could replace both 5th, PLS, and Con. You guys proved that. Like, it was really good. You guys did really well.
I was really hoping you guys would win. I gotta be honest.
Hey, you guys proved that you need to be in the finals.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have it any other way. And if you lose ever again, I'm gonna have a go at you.
Much love. Still filthy, but not so much casual anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. No, we all definitely want to be in the next tournament. I don't know about replacing anybody though, because I'm looking forward to fighting all of you guys in the near future. I hope.
Yeah, I hope so.
Tycel really wanted to fight your ship, man.
Yeah.
I loved your ship, Dwarven.
Oh, thank you.
It looked so good, man. The missile pods and the wings.
The tiger pods. What are you talking about? The missile pods. The tiger pods were sexy as hell.
Something out of Mech Warriors.
Yeah, it was.
Tiger pods are good too.
It was designed after the Viking.
Ah.
It was reminded of the XG-1 from Star Wars.
I was too, which is why I kind of fell in love.
Oh right, that ship. Yeah, that ship was nice.
Yeah, with the struts.
It's a missile boat.
It's a wonderful looking missile boat.
Another team
try to outdock on the American.
Another team I thought did like really well, and was like quite a surprise for me was that UK2FG United, whatever they were, faction. The guys had all the speedy ships. I thought they did like, considering that I looked at their ships and everyone was like, nah, they're gonna die immediately, and then they got like really, really far, and they clearly had like were quite adaptable in terms of tactics and everything else. I thought that was
glad we got the chance to fight them after.
Yeah, really glad we got a chance to fight them.
There were some teams that didn't get as far as most of us thought that. Like TTE, I was expecting them to go, head towards the finals, and yeah.
Tech, man. I was expecting Tech to beat Spartan. I really did. I didn't see any reason that they should lose until all of a sudden 2 of their ships got cored out, and I was like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So
suddenly,
I mean, some big upsets.
Quick kills, like slow kills in this tournament for some reason. Just sudden deaths to just like slow. Holy shit! It's taking forever.
Yeah.
Not much of a middle ground, is there?
Yeah. To be honest, that was also when the last fight felt so dragged out, just because in the end, except for like the very last match you guys did, it just felt like you were all taking way too long to kill each other.
Your ship is a slugger from hell, Winfield. Jesus, that thing is taking everything and going ahead.
We were talking about it in Discord while watching it, and
the gold.
We were saying it was like I was saying it was like watching just 2 boxers, just proper beat up, bleeding, broken jaws, black eyes, and still slowly slugging it out at the end.
Felt like that too.
I bet it did, yeah.
Well, you see, Bear, this time it was boxing, but with literal boxes.
And slow motion.
Space Legos.
Like, I will say, Winfield, I will admit that despite your boxy silhouette, your ship is in fact very functional and stylish. So I will give you those points.
Thank you.
However, you are a very cheeky and evil motherfucker by using a Mac and armor for the entire front of your ship and then just shielding the important bits in the back.
That Mac is regenerative armor. I can point it at my enemy, and my shield, all their fire comes into the Mac and our surrounding armor, and my shields will be regenerating while it's not taking the fire. And then I can turn my nose, right, and I can weld the Mac, especially if I've already got welders by that point. Like, having a shield around your Mac.
Good ship.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, man's Winfield. I hope no one makes another one of those beyond you. Because, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, if it becomes just bricks with support crews, now, while I wouldn't say that would be an awful fight, I say it'll be an awful fight when everyone realizes the strat is for the bricks to take out the small ones, and then there's just the bricks left.
Well, I mean, I would never have gotten that far without, like, my guys with the Tigers shredding up the opponents while I'm just taking hits. So I don't have a whole lot of DPS. Like, I can help drop a shield, I can deal some...
Two Mac guns.
Damn those
yeah,
Tigers.
It's mostly my other guys that have all the Tigers that are dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You're the tank, they're the DPS, but still, sweet
Right?
Lord Jesus.
That was sort of a last-minute decision by us, actually, the Tigers. We weren't really counting on them being so useful until one day we were testing them, and then we were like, well, let's turn on the lead indicator. And
it's
the game changed.
changing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
so it is a
Otto
million
will be
percent a
very
game changer.
pleased to hear that. He likes his
Oh,
Tigers.
And
I had a
lead indicator, so do I.
About the lead indicator.
Because we'd been trying them in various configurations before them, making them part of PMWs, all kinds of stuff. Because we could never get them to hit, and then the lead indicator came in. Mwah, beautiful.
Yeah. Like, I had a bunch of different versions of the Grande Amigo I'd been working on before the one that I took to the tournament, and none of them had Tigers. They all had, like, various combinations of different weapons, usually 203s or sometimes 300s and such. And then we discovered the Tigers, and it was like, okay, well, that solves that problem.
Well, speaking of Tigers, you guys were actually kind of saved from my wrath when me and Biggle and everybody else was still putting a team together, because what essentially happened was I was putting together an oversized Viper for beams, but I decided my weapon of choice would be railguns and Tigers. And a lot of Tigers.
Yeah.
As well as like really big guns mounted on my wings.
We just
One of your guys,
didn't get things built in time, did we?
No, what happened
you had a
was
guy that had Tigers, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys had a Gunstar.
Yeah, we had a good.
I was focusing Tigers, speed, and railguns. I wasn't doing much armor or shields. I was just focusing just speed and keeping my silhouette at small.
Yeah, we had. I have to say, after our match, we
flying it.
Sorry, go on.
So, sorry, Bear, but I was test flying it, right? And essentially, I went too fast. I had a lag spike, and then I rammed myself into the Battlestar Galactica everybody else was working on. So we had to restart, and autosaves weren't on, and I didn't have a blueprint of the ship.
You bastard destroyed my ship.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a blueprint of either of the ships, so I basically set us back like 6 hours because of a lag spike when I was testing the flight.
This is essentially the reason why we ended up with 4 ships that were basically carbon copies, but with different weapons loadouts.
Exactly.
But beautiful carbon copies.
They were very nice.
They were very good.
Oh yeah.
You guys shouldn't sell yourself short. You guys did very well.
Yeah.
I'm
Nearly got
saying,
myself.
If I hadn't messed up, things might have been very different.
Winfield did see the Tigers coming, didn't you, Winfield?
Yeah, he came straight at me. He wasn't even our primary target just yet, but he came straight at me firing Tigers, and so I just spun the Mac around, and they were all in a nice neat row right across the front nose of his ship. So I just kind of like booped him with the front nose of my ship, and it wiped all the Tigers clean off.
Eskimo kisses, buddy. Eskimo kisses.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. We don't need to worry about this guy anymore.
Yeah. You wouldn't have been able to do that with my ship. They were all on the wings. The only chance would have been to cut the wings off, which were at an angle, by the way. An angle which I could also change mid-game to avoid fire, so... Which would have also manipulated the size of my shields without me actually having to touch shield setting.
Yeah, well, GT2's coming, man.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We don't know what GT2 will need or have, though.
Hopefully more guns, like more mods, just add more in.
I would like the weapons to cycle at least, or something, because it gets really stale when all you see ever is the same guns. There's half the arsenal is the same.
I mean, there's a very nice mod list for big old battles, and that people want to take from that. You know, I know there's a bunch of weapons mods that we've been using that are pretty well balanced and pretty decent.
Frankly,
diverse options for fun. God damn it!
Yes, they are fun. But what I like with what we've done with Big Old Battles, essentially, which I kind of wish they took it to StarCore instead of it just being a complete meta tourney perspective, is the ships you build are based off of whatever faction you want to build them off. Therefore, they have to be lore accurate. So we have straight up Star Trek ships, and depending on the age of Star Trek, you would have the best shields or really good shields and phasers, and proton torpedoes, which would do well. You would have Star Wars ships, which of course, if it's the Empire, it's all the DACA. If it's the Rebels, it's a good amount of DACA with a lot of speed. Or, unless of course we're talking about the frickin' whatever the fish people are called. I forget.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mon Calamari.
Mon Calamari.
It's a drop.
Right.
Now who's a filthy casual?
Hey, sadly, I haven't been able to enjoy Star Wars anymore since Disney ruined it. Frickin' Disney. Anyway. But another thing is that we did is if you could also make your own factions, write your own little bit of lore, and as long as what you decided them to have was balanced, it's fine. Like my faction, I wrote it because the whole idea with Big Old Battles is there's an anomaly. Everyone's trying to fight over ownership with it. It ripped a hole in time, and now everyone from every universe is fighting over the thing, and so naturally technologies collide. And my thought process was, what if a faction of Armco just showed up, decided to take all the technological bits they could get their hands on and just smack them together?
Active salvage, I believe the term is.
Oh.
Wouldn't it get really
scrappers, and they make wonderful ships with howitzers on fighters and pretty crappy shields, but still shields, and of course, all the speed.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what people are going to put forward as rule sets going forward. Yes, there's going to be a grand tournament coming up, but another grand tournament in a few months, and obviously I'm looking forward to that. But I got to be honest, I'm also possibly even more so looking forward to the sideline stuff that people are going to be putting on. I think StarCore is all set to grow into a bigger thing than it is, and I'm curious.
Honestly,
if you guys could organise a tournament, I mean, and you can obviously, what would you do for rules? How would what kind of approach would you have to these sorts of things?
Probably an approach that would be restrictive.
Yeah.
Honestly.
White lists are easier than black lists for something to go wrong.
True.
I mean, like to handle something going wrong.
That's true.
I haven't seen an instance where scripts have been beneficial, so I would ban scripts because the only thing they do for most people is produce jank.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd want rounder numbers for the point limits. I'd probably get more variety of weapons. And I'd balance things just a little different, but otherwise, I mean, beyond that, the work they've done to make it like balanced and entertaining and stuff is pretty good. I think they're at a good spot.
I agree. I agree entirely. I think the tournament organisers have done a very good job. Most things are actually pretty well balanced, and the things that aren't stand out because they aren't.
Yeah. They have a lot of extra weapons usually.
I've heard Northwind is dropping. Is that true?
That's a rumor. He's not dropping.
He's not dropping them, but he's not involving anymore.
Northwind is
not very pleased.
going to be actively part of the tournament anymore. He will still create a tournament version for his weapons if need be, but he will no longer be doing anything specific.
Right. That's because no one else is allowed to have a tournament version.
Yeah, just so we're clear, like a lot of this was. I mean, you can't force modders to make a tournament version and then just keep it static because things break, there's patches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, and I mean, I get it. I get it's a lot of extra work and stuff, but at the same time...
but he also won't let anyone else handle it.
Yeah, the idea that it'd be like, well, no, you don't have permission to do this is... It's petty. It's fucking petty. So
no. I would have let Whack handle his if he didn't fuck it up.
There you
So
go.
now I have to handle it.
So
if anyone manages to get a new tournament person that can manage to keep a frozen version actually frozen, just let me know. 'Cause I've wiped out one of my in-dev mods by accident, updating that goddamn thing.
Oh no!
Yeah, I assume
rebuilt
it's a lot of extra work. But you know, if modders intend to build their mods forward as they're going while a tournament's underway, a fixed version really is the only sensible way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's not much extra work
to allow fixed versions of the game.
Yeah. The only time it's extra work is when you have to constantly maintain that shit. Like, I'll tell you from my own experience. Only reason that tournament version was such a pain in my ass, to a point where I stopped trying to balance the damn Grims, I let Piff and Darkhat fight over it, is because I kept having to change things while trying to build the other mods. So I kept having to enter the files and then copy over and paste, which is also how I wiped the other mod. I pasted to the wrong file, because they're all the same files. But once you don't have to do that, all you have to do is keep it static. You don't have to change anything, so you don't have to open it up again. You usually just change bugs, which is single lines. If there's no changes, it's easy. It's like, Also, there's
One
no
thing I
changes
can't
in
wait for.
there.
One thing I can't wait for personally is. Oh, sorry, Creek. I thought you were finished.
No, I was finished, Matt. You go ahead. I was just going, eh.
It's like one thing I can't wait for personally is seeing how the point system and the Star Core weapons in general are all going to get put together into a mod that will work in survival multiplayer. So that, I think the tournament is like absolutely amazing, and I think it's panned out really, really, really well. Especially considering it's just everyone doing it in their spare time. But it's like it would be so cool to see how this could be implemented into like this is survival ready and you can
survival
build
breaks.
Yeah,
Win scenario would be crazy.
Yeah, you'd also have to make sure all the mods were actually designed in survival, otherwise they'd shatter that in the conveyor issue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
about
everything
working so well is because conveyors aren't a thing, but in survival it has to be.
Well,
if they're not, you'd avoid the point of the whole conveyor network, which would be just having a cargo box everywhere. Which...
I meant more to like the whole like making weapons and blocks cost points. Like even if it was just vanilla weapons and blocks costing points, like just so that you could go on a survival server and there wouldn't be everybody uses the optimal weapon loadout because you're only allowed 35 guns or whatever the number is. And everybody uses the same guns because that's the best air quotes guns you can get.
35 coils.
That's pretty close to what you currently have in Star Core. I'm not looking at any Mexpex Battleship Cannon Mark 1s, mate.
Poor blisters. Poor blisters.
However, there is something I would like to say. Frankly, I think it is wonderful what everybody involved in StarCore and this tournament have done so far. But frankly, I think the best description of this team and everyone doing here is honestly probably the Pathfinders to what I believe is going to be a whole new genre into what Ryu can actually do as Space Engineer. Because one of the things that amazes me is that, of course, because people see this and see how cool it is, some people are going to get involved in it, some people are not. But other people are going to look at it and they're going to want to put their own little twists and turns on it and try and start their own sort of little tournament things. And frankly, I think that's going to be very fun because it'll add diversity to the genre and, more importantly, add more brackets other than just what StarCore is focused on to better address the interests of the entire player base as a whole.
I'm looking forward to fighter battles. I'm looking forward to fighter battles. I'm looking forward to
improvements.
Yep. And ground combat and
Yes.
And who knows, maybe, and this is a big maybe that I doubt will ever happen, if we make enough traction and get Keen and all them enough interest from other new players, we might actually see some competent updates. I'm just saying, they might actually fire their developers.
You're a dreamer, princess.
I'm
You're a dreamer.
Hey, you need to lay off the shrooms there, man.
I'm pretty sure
Anybody hear what happened to that, by the way?
Pretty sure it's the management that's fucking it pretty brawl. Okay, some of the devs,
the
mostly
management, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
A while
I
back
haven't
there was
really
talk.
done much research into Keen.
A lot of the
I just know
devs
Keen has not been doing a good job.
AC in chat says shipboarding battles would be cool. It's not a bad call either.
What were you gonna say, Winfield?
Only if
If you do it right,
engineers
yeah.
can be killed. Imagine
If you do
an immortal astronaut boarding into another ship. That would be that'd be chaos. You'd never win.
It'd have to be on survival mode
yeah.
for that.
Or they just make the players mortal.
Yes,
could
which
we
is why
make-
I'm waiting for somebody to figure out the softcore creative mode.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Think
say,
we everyone has creative
can we, with a plugin,
but still
make
have a health bar.
astronauts killable in creative?
Probably.
I
If not, you
believe
just pick
it's
the
very
gun and kill them.
Because if I understand, it's just a setting in the server config folder, wherever the hell that is, that turns health on and off. It's just a matter of will that also turn on the need for air and energy.
By the way, certain scripts can kill you in creative, so it does actually say yeah. Because you can actually die in creative. People can be murked. I remember how hilarious that was. So,
That is very
not
worth-
immortal, you're just hard
that
to
is
kill.
very worth considering, because the having to include a med bay on your ship. Yes, you maybe you're limited to 4 cockpits or control seats, but having to include a med
I'd be
bay
more
as
worried
well.
about. I'd be more worried about the whole. I'll just throw engineers until they run out of ammo, or throw engineers till I make it. That's
Well,
all I'd be worried about.
the
Yeah,
FPS
but I think at that
maps and
point we
stuff
have to
have got limited respawns and things like that. So people have built FPS maps, and a boarding scenario would be that.
Hey, once weapon core gets his handhelds more stable, then that'd be even better.
Mm-hmm.
And got money.
Combine the two.
Yeah.
Also, with the new information that I've been provided about Keen, I'd like to, what's the word?
Redact? Retract?
Yes, retract that portion of my statement and replace it with this one. Maybe Keen's management will see all the money they're losing and get their head out of their ass.
That would be nice.
we can but hope.
You
Hey,
guys
if
get
we
any
throw-
word on
just
what
have a
happens
mic
with their promotion thing?
If their next update isn't a weapons update, it's gonna be a collective aneurysm.
Well, they just did a PME weapon update, so we can all kill ourselves with joy.
I told you they're trolling
I'd
us.
rather have the fucking
They are
guy.
reading the StarCore chat and
Also,
trolling the hell out
I
of us.
believe Katana has promoted weapon core. I think that was the full extent they were going to do. Seemingly. I'm not sure, but because I'm not
Somebody
exhausted,
did,
but that's all I got.
I didn't
Apparently
know
they
that.
would. Yeah, I know. I
read
asked
about it.
Katana. They apparently did promote it once or twice. It was not anything but low key. They're not good at their job.
Does
So,
anybody have any
what did you want to point out?
any other points that they want to sort of bring up in the interview? And if not, if they do, say so. And if not, we'll show you the trophy, and then you can fly around in Vipers.
Well, while you do that, I could ask if anyone has any weapon ideas they would hope the Star Corps includes their next tournament.
Grappling
While we
hooks.
watch
More
stuff.
missiles.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I would
Grappling
see
hooks.
more.
Everything that you've shown so far, I want made.
Yeah, tractor
I
beams.
already have all the shit I made.
A
Did anybody watch-
chainsaw. A gun that fires chainsaws.
Did anybody watch Outlaw
They better
Star growing
include
up?
the Battlestar Galactica
Healing
weapons.
beams were nice.
I'm still waiting for turning staff to actually tell me if they are added those or not, because they're on the test world. I still haven't heard about it though.
I want to see
Gravity
rabbinic
wears
anchors.
cannon.
Which is a little bit disturbing.
What do you mean?
Right, so, Winfield. Sorry to cut you off,
Yes.
but Winfield, you had a point you wanted to bring up earlier, did you not?
Oh, I was just asking if anybody heard it, whether or not Keen Software House was actually going to promote some of this weapon course stuff, but I think you answered that. One of them said something about one of the guys posted something.
Katana.
Yeah.
Very lightly they did
Yeah, I
that.
think it's been mentioned, but not heavily. I mean, let's
they didn't.
let's
they
be
didn't go
honest.
full bore.
Let's be honest here. You
Bells and whistles.
can't play on Xbox,
Go to the bag, did he?
and
Yeah.
from a business perspective, that's a big deal.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, those poor bastards. They're getting a PMB update on there. They get to have more player-made weapons on Xbox and nothing to solve it.
Good console peasants.
Does
Poor
this
bastards.
mean I got to train my nephew how to make PMWs?
Master Race!
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Right.
And they
yeah.
have nothing to do to stop them.
Yeah, I'm a 13-year-old.
Spinning around my trophy.
Well, Pin 801, you're in luck. I was working with Ryo to make another one. I don't know if Starco will like it happen though. It's a shield penning gas gun.
Damn.
All right.
like-
So, what's
I
a
like
guy
that
got to
doll.
do to get into one of these Vipers?
Well, you have to sub to my
Get in
Twitch
it.
channel.
yeah, you gotta go follow Princess. Open Megaphilia.
Yeah, so then you
Just don't
can
follow them
sub.
into a back alley.
Follow my Twitch.
Post a link, Princess, mate.
_of _donuts. Hang on, I need to actually open up your stream because I don't want my internet to have an aneurysm.
Yeah. Right, those of you that
Oh,
want
come on,
to
you know you wanna
fly
kill one.
fireworks around, feel free to pop outside. Outside is this way. This we arrange fireworks. Also a large cup.
Dun, 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 dun.
How do you like the cup? Hey!
That's one way to do it.
Really cool. Like, if you guys can't see, if you look upwards, he's shooting fireworks out of the cup. It's awesome. We need this gun in Star Corps.
Yeah.
I imagine
this
you
mission.
buggers would lag yourselves out in 12 seconds.
I mean, probably. That's
I've
what I'm
seen you guys with the flare launchers in the ages past. I was there for that one.
Okay, sorry if you all heard that stream. As you probably all know, because of my very, very bad internet connection, as soon as I open up the stream, my download decides to kill itself.
Oof.
And I can't seem to get out of my chair because somebody keeps spamming fireworks.
Sorry.
I thought you meant your physical chair for a moment there.
Somebody please grind my stupid chair. The Razzle Dazzle Flex have invaded into my suit.
Love it.
Holy Jesus!
How cool are these fireworks, people?
You're shooting into my camera.
All right, whoever made the fireworks mod is a genius, and
yeah,
you're amazing.
Let me link
Please,
that.
please do more of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely
it's
link
awesome.
that,
I love it.
definitely.
Thank God for my new computer, man.
See, for me,
No
it's
kidding.
not that my PC's bad, it's that my internet is dumb because it's a company called CenturyLink, which I'm pretty sure is fake.
Oh.
So it depends upon where you are. CenturyLink doesn't like to upgrade their infrastructure unless it's new development.
Yeah.
Right.
Fireworks mod is sexy, and so is the cup.
Yeah, that's
Still.
And I built that cup on my own in like 30 minutes.
It really did. It was just like,
Very good.
I have no idea how we built it that quick.
I learned
That's really good, man.
base magic of Jet and Talia. Basically, Talia taught me how to build efficiently. Jet taught me how to properly use mirrors by just watching him build.
And
That guy
just
can
watching
put
him?
a star. Yes, because it's very obvious how he uses mirrors.
And I mean, it was.
He has everything set up to lovely hotkeys.
I took on the strongest ship in the tournament alone, and almost destroyed it.
Why are you at a walkie-talkie?
Like the welding crew attached to it just kept it alive.
Coming for you, Lego.
The second round.
Oh, really?
Like,
Where are you?
Like,
Back here, little.
We just got completely bugged out. 3 of our
There you
teammates
are.
got disconnected,
Sounds like a hot mic to me.
and none of theirs did.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yep.
Zero's hot micing right now.
Yeah, there was a lot of amusing crashes that kept happening. Links just all over.
Oh no, there's so much sand. There's so much sand, Siri.
I can't help but laugh a little bit. I know it's sad, but
Coruscant gets everywhere.
there were a lot of crashes at only specific moments.
Like us. We're Coruscant get everywhere too.
Yeah. Winfield, I'm not gonna lie. Because you were taking so long in that last fight, I made a joke that I seriously thought about doing. I was going to start with the golden trophy, but then as the convo went on, I was just gonna turn it more and more rusty.
That one of the lead harnesses.
Just because I was so fed up with you guys taking so damn long.
Why won't you buggers die quicker?
It wasn't our fault, man. Oh, you mean to
You
actually
just didn't
die?
die soon enough.
No one was dying fast enough. God damn, I'm gonna grow too old before you croak. Jesus Christ.
I was a little salty. I was a little salty about.
We got the chance to go up against PLS.
Oh, that was a good one, Talia.
Then we actually speaking about. The doctor said, "Oh, how does everyone feel about
Apparently
fighting
on
the
fire.
on the opposite side of the bracket?" And we said, "Yeah, sure, we're fine."
That's a shame.
Yeah, rebel.
0.
Yeah. So I take it your team isn't very pleased with how your bracketing went then. 0.
We'll be back in a moment, Siri. I'm gonna collect you on the way through.
Hey, I think Zero's back.
0, you back, buddy?
Radio Man, are you back?
Question, is damage on?
Yes.
Yes, I think it is.
Oh lordy.
I found that out the hard way.
It's the cup not dead yet.
That's a
the
great
fireworks don't
question.
do damage.
I'll take care of that.
This certainly
Ah!
does.
Did somebody say damage our cup?
My cup
Try.
runneth
Yeah.
over
Hope
with
you got a
vipers.
blueprint.
It's the
I did.
best part. The best part of the president or president
That's
is
fine, I
opening
got a
it.
few.
You got a few
That's
of
awesome.
them. Da-da-do-do.
It was very
Here.
cool. We really enjoyed that.
Become a
That's awesome.
participation trophy now. One for everybody.
Wait, are you just starting pasting them in?
I'm gonna crash the server.
Here's Johnny!
Oh no.
This is my trophy.
Oh,
there are many
jeez.
like it, but this one is
Actually
mine.
get wedged.
Princess, press C, and then fly at the tower, then taste it.
Oh no.
Alright, guys.
Oh yes.
I think that's it for me for night.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I'll have a
thanks
good
for
time.
everything.
GG's
And,
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all
Blast.
did well in the
GG's
tourney.
done.
Yeah. It was a.
You did
it was
good.
A
Feel good about it.
Cracking. Well, I guess a few months actually. All told.
Yeah.
Really
Your
has been.
journeys took forever, yeah.
Took way
Holy
too
Jesus.
long, but it was a lovely journey.
Ripped
on
up
the
into
way.
space in my damaged Viper.
Man,
We'll see if we
even
can-
like half dead, this cup looks sexy as hell. I did a good job.
Did do a good
Yeah,
job.
it looks really good, man.
We
GG's
need to
on that.
lure We need to lure our Armco back for.
Good luck. Bud, you got big old he's from Armco.
I mean the
Turbo Pat.
I mean the Armco streamer.
The fleet command.
The fleet command, yeah.
The assault command.
The big bloody three. If you want the big three,
GG's and good night, everyone.
Have to come back.
Good night, mate.
GG. Good night.
Okay,
They're gonna have to come back as co-streamers, if anything.
Okay.
You're gonna have to also make sure that you allow speed or some practicality, and much more transparent.
Seriously, you all need to cut back on the salt. The drama is what basically made that didn't want to get out. They didn't want to get involved in that.
I can't hear Talia.
Welcome to the
Saying that
club.
if you
Very
want-
quiet.
Yes, I've gotten around her bullshit by using Windows to turn off Discord, so I can turn her up even more. But anyway,
I gotta
basically
turn her
what
up.
she is
Anna.
saying is that if you want the big three to come back, if you want Fleet Can to come back, the salt needs to go down. Just because they won a tournament doesn't mean that, you have to completely nerf their strategy into the ground. It was an obvious strategy that you guys that Star Wars should have thought about before. No offense.
What strat? They brought a bunch of light armor They brought a bunch of light armor shields.
Speed and shields, and it won.
Jesus.
Speed and shields. The last one they did was just kind of a hiatus to literally say it's been fun, but we think we're
fuck it.
Yeah, it was like.
Thanks for all the fish.
It was like, hey, we can Greeble too.
Yeah.
I agree.
Epidemic wants to dedicate the end of this tournament to the Americans in the viewers. Fair enough, Epidemic.
Oh.
Random music.
Taking some pity on us.
Oh God.
But yeah, I mean, I really wanted to fight the Armco guys, but after PLS toasted them, I was satisfied without having to toast them.
Yeah.
Hey! We got some explosions!
The tower has been hit.
Finish repairing that princess, you jerk.
Man, those workmen were working hard last week, Princess. You just undone all that hard work that they did, with their union breaks in their sandwiches.
Ooh!
Just buy them a pinup, they'll be back in action.
Thank you very much. No, it's fine.
America go kaboom.
Thank you very much.
Or just floating cups everywhere.
I got like 60 people watching, so I guess I should probably do something. I don't know what.
Well,
Wanna do
I'm
battle
gonna dip
time?
out. So, have a good stream, buddy.
I will do.
Normal
Take it
battle
easy,
time.
guys. Been a pleasure.
Sorry, Talia. Let's head back over to Big Old Life, folks, and we can discuss what we're gonna do.
Alrighty then.